here looking at all these cars. We got hot rods, we got trucks, we got Oldsmobiles, and we got Studebakers. Have you ever heard of Studebakers? What's a Studebaker? Let's go meet some of their owners. And I have Terry Reitz here from Custer, South Dakota. Terry, what can you tell us about your car?
Well, this bullet nose Studebaker is something that I've been looking at for a long time, and I bought it about 10 years ago in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Anyway, this is a Land Cruiser. It has just about everything on it, all the accessories that you can get, and it drives like a dream. The four-door, lots of room in there. People love it. It's smooth, just like glass, and it runs great. This is a Super 51 Land Cruiser Studebaker. Studebaker!
Terry's going to tell us a special feature about his car. It's a Continental kit.
Hey, this is really something special. This is one of the things that I looked at that I liked about the car. It's a Continental kit. You can't get it from the factory. At least this is what I know. And this is custom made. Bring the bumper out. You have the spare tire. Hey, you talk about class. This has class. This has almost everything you can put on it, and it just is a super. I have not seen another bullet nose like this anywhere.
Hey, Terry, this car is really shiny.
Oh,
You gotta wear sunglasses while you're driving it?
well, tell you what. When you're outside, now I'm going to skip. You're out when you're outside. You wear sunglasses. But inside, wow, you don't need to wear sunglasses.
Really?
Because this baby has a sun visor.
Wow.
And you don't need to wear sunglasses.
Terry, we're inside your car here, and there's some handlebars.
Hey.
This is amazing. What's this for?
This thing is everything. These suckers right here are for spotlights.
Really?
Now, these spotlights are again a custom feature.
Wow.
You talk about custom features, this guy has it.
We're in the back of Terry's 51 Studebaker, and what the heck? There's so much room back here. This ain't like any of the modern day cars. What's going on here, Terry?
You know, this is one of the reasons why I bought it too. Not only the bullet, not only the extra tire in the back, but the extra room. Now, you know, you look at this. None of the other cars that I have had this year. It has even a footboard here.
Wow.
That is, if the driver gets going, you know, where you get a little nervous, you can just sit like this, just as comfortable as can be. Has handrest right here, or, you know, in case, you know, if you have some kids or a grandmother or something in here that gets a little nervous, they can hang on to that.
Terry, we saw the inside of the car, we saw the outside, we saw the special features. Now what's under the hood?
Hey, this baby has a V8. Now, the 51 was the first year that Studebaker came out with a V8. And that sucker goes, you know. All those horsepower that we have going on it, you almost need some type of rain on it to hold it down, because when you get going down on the road, it wants to go, and it is smooth.
Folks, we learned all about Terry's 51 bullet nose Studebaker. Let's go see what other Studebakers there are around here. Hey, we have Tom Cantrell here from Rapid City, South Dakota. He has a super unique Studebaker truck. Tom, can you tell us a little bit about your car, where you found it?
Absolutely. It's a 1948 Studebaker M5 pickup. I found it on eBay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was for sale at auction. I emailed the guy and asked him a bunch of questions and made him an offer he did accept.
Okay.
So he told me I had a bunch of lookers and he was going to let the auction run out. He thought he could get more than I offered. I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. So about 6 months later, he called me up. Actually called me on the phone and he said, I still have that truck, are you still interested? And I said, well, yeah, I'm still interested. So I said, but now you're going to have to figure out how you're going to get it to me. Because I was originally going to be going to South Bend to pick up an enclosed trailer, so on the way back I could have stopped in Illinois. That's where the truck was at.
Oh, wow.
And I could have brought it back to Rapid City. Well, now I'm back in Rapid City, the truck is in Illinois. So we made a deal. He brought it to Des Moines, I drove down there, we made the deal, and I brought it back.
And why is it so short? I almost have to slouch in here.
Well, because I'm not a very big guy, so I don't need a lot of room. No, seriously, the top has been chopped and lowered. The hood has been sectioned. It took about 6 inches out of the hood just to kind of bring the truck down. Made it kind of like a lowrider. Some of the interesting features in here, to give it a little bit of structural stability, they put this steel bar, and they have a piece of wood put on there.
Okay.
And when I got this thing, it was about 1.5 inches lower than what it is now. So you think it's low now, you should have sat in it then.
Wow.
Every time I'd get in and out of it, I was hitting my head on this crossbar. So when I decided to put the new top on, I had them raise this up. We put an extra piece of wood in here, and then we changed this piece of wood. And then I said, do something about this bar, so if I do hit my head on it, it's not going to hurt so bad. So there's some foam with a nice wrap of the same material the roof is made out of, to give you a little bit of protection.
Hey Tom, this is a really cool truck, but I feel like something's missing here. How do you get in here?
Well, you just reach through the window, of course.
Is that how it is?
That's all it is. You reach through the window and you grab the door.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Rob Young,
And I'm Janet.
and this is our 1958 Studebaker Transstar four-wheel drive truck. It has a 289 V8 engine. It used to be a ranch truck in Wyoming. The rancher beat the heck out of it before we got it and did a lot of work to fix it up. This is the interior of our Transstar pickup. It is a four-wheel drive, so it has a shifter for the different places for the transmission or the transfer case. And here is an emblem that shows you where you can shift things at. This green color was surf green, and the way that we figured out the color is that I had a salesman brochure that had all of the paint chips on it, and that's what we used in order to figure out what color it was going to be. The truck is the original colors. We also have an original radio for the truck that has not been installed, but they're very hard to find. The Transstar pickup is one of 54 that were built in 1958, and we've really enjoyed having the pickup, and hope you enjoy the show.
Hey Tom, whose car is this, and what kind of Studebaker is it?
Well, this is Mary Miller's car out of Gary, Nebraska. It's a 1960 Studebaker barn.
Wow.
Mary and her husband Larry restored this car back in the day, and I don't know what year they got it. I can't give you a lot of those details. Excuse me. But I know that they travel all over the United States going to the Studebaker meets, international meets every year, driving this car.
Wow.
This was Larry's favorite car, and Mary has continued to drive it.
Hey Tom, there's so much room in here, way more than your truck. What happened to the roof?
Well, this one came factory with a convertible top, whereas mine had the top cut off and made into a convertible. So, in 1960, this car is a fully electric convertible top. You push a button, it comes up, you latch it, zip the back window in, and you drive away.
Tell me about the inside of the car, Tom.
Well, this is a pretty highly optioned car. It's automatic transmission, has a dealer installed under dash pieces. Came with a radio. This is not the original radio. The only feature this car is really missing for options is it would have had an optional clock right here in the center of the speaker grill. Quite a safety feature in 1960. Most cars in that era had a steel dash, and if Johnny was not buckled in, which they didn't have seatbelts, and he bounced his head off the dashboard, he got hurt. If it had a dash, less likely to get hurt as bad. So Studebaker had a lot of firsts in their day. And things like a padded dash for safety was This is our national magazine. It's called Turning Wheels, and it's for the members of the Studebaker Drivers Club. In the February 2022 issue, this car is photographed or pictured right there.
Wow.
And this is the owner, that's Mary Miller, that's driving that car. This was down at Gering. They were on a tour to the monument. Down there, they were doing a driving tour. So I thought that was an interesting bit of trivia there to have this car in the magazine.
We got Mike Produce here from Long Island, New York.
No, I'm not from Long Island. I used to be.
So where are you from now, Mike?
I'm from Hermosa, South Dakota.
And we got his 51 Studebaker here. Tell us about it.
Well, you see, this is a very special car.
It's a bullet nose.
It is a
Saw
bullet
that.
nose,
Saw
and
that.
it's from Madison, South Dakota.
Okay.
Ordered from the grandson of the original owner. That's pretty cool. It's painted closely to its original Rio Green. But I added a little twist to it.
Okay.
Two-tone, top, darker green, and the bottom.
Hey Mike, what's with this window? Remember Terry's car?
Yeah, I remember Terry's car.
It's not like this.
It's a rear window. What's the problem?
It's wrapped all the way around. What's that?
Well, this is a Starlight coupe. I mean, you know, this is Studebaker's fancy two-door.
It looks amazing.
Well, you know, what does it look like to you, Inspector?
It looks like the cockpit of a plane.
That's right, Georgia. You know, the planes back in the 50s was the fastest and greatest way to travel. So Studebaker decided to make a car that you didn't know if it was coming or going.
Oh wow.
Hence, the wraparound Starlight window.
Hey Mike, what's with this plane sitting on the front of your...
Matt, you don't like planes on cars?
No, it looks cool. I was just wondering.
Well, don't you remember about the cockpit in the back?
Oh.
So this was the greatest and latest thing in Studebaker. We had a hood that looked like an airplane.
Wow.
Jet.
Hey Mike, what's with this mirror? How come it's not way up here?
Well, that's how they did it in 1951. You know, you could look out the wraparound window in the back, and our interior is pretty much very simple. We got oil pressure gauge, heat, temperature, gas, charging. This one didn't have a clock in it, but that's where the clock is.
Oh.
And all you stand, they got the original radio, original steering wheel,
Wow.
and it's an automatic. It's got a Borg Warner automatic and a V8, 232.6 cubic inch V8, and it goes down the road pretty smooth.
Hey Mike, what's with these chrome things down underneath the door?
Georgia, that's an exhaust pipe. They call them side pipes. You know, I tried to customize the car a little bit. So we have a nice chrome underneath the door. It makes the car look real fancy.
Good.
And it sounds really good. And glass caps.
This is the end of our Studebaker segment, and check out the back window in this car. There's not one blind spot. It goes all the way around. Is this the last time we're going to see a Studebaker in public?
Heavens no, you know. This is just one of the chances in the hills here that you can see Studebaker.
Okay.
Now we have another great chance on Labor Day in Custer, South Dakota.
Okay.
There we have a big show. Studebaker and Packard's, the best cars made in their time, and they're still great. You know.
Wow.
But Studebakers you don't see much, but come to Labor Day to Custer and you'll see a lot of Studebaker. Beautiful, beautiful cars. You'll enjoy it, folks. Custer's a neat town.